mirror view or river or mirror. Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's me Dorothy again. Thank you for watching Dynasty Travel TV. It's another episode of Destination Australia, Queensland. Right? I would like to introduce to you our special guest. I have Kim from Tourism Events Queensland. Hello Kim.
Hi Dorothy.
We meet again.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes, thanks for joining us and thanks for sharing your knowledge about Queensland.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Please take a seat. Right, for this episode, we're going to do something different, Kim. The last one we introduced Brisbane. Alright, so for this episode, we're going to bring everyone virtually on a self-drive holiday. Right, we're going to introduce Sunshine Coast. Where local Australia, when they want to go for a holiday, Sunshine Coast is actually one of the favorite places.
I think the Sunshine Coast is essentially about 2 hours driving north of Brisbane, depending on which part of the Sunshine Coast. And the reason why it is such a popular self-drive route is because it is easy drive, it's laid back, and yet it has got the best of rolling greens, the hinterland, and then take a look, as you mentioned, the Tourist Drive 23. Up into Montville, Maleny, and then you go up on the coastal drive and back down. So you combine the best of both worlds. Yes. Yeah.
So we would like to introduce to you the first stop. This is one of the most famous zoo in Australia, which is called the Australia Zoo. I'm sure everybody actually know why is it famous. Right, Kim? Why is Australia Zoo so famous?
Australia Zoo is made famous by Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, many years ago on the Animal Planet show. And this day, it celebrated its 50th anniversary 2 years ago. One of the biggest news now, obviously, with Australia Zoo, besides conservation effort, is Harry Irwin, Billy Irwin, Robert Irwin. And incidentally, our little princess had just gave birth to a baby, and her name is Grace, to carry on the Irwin tradition. And this zoo is literally shall I dare say, the best zoo in Australia. It is big, and they have got different sections from the Australia animals to all the different African animals and so forth.
It's quite impressive actually. Yeah. And you could literally spend the whole day at the zoo itself. So next, after the zoo, we will head up north. Into the hinterland.
Yes, and there we have got what we call the beautiful rolling greens. We've got Montville, which is as pretty as any English country town that you can find, with cozy tea rooms, with cafes, with
It's a good choice to stop for a cup of English breakfast.
The Devonshire tea, and they got exquisite handmade teddy bear shops. I know because I'm a big teddy bear fan. And then you look out to the beautiful Glass House Mountain, which is 13 volcanic peaks. And then if you drive further up, you reach Maleny. And Maleny is pretty special, great for families. They have got the Maleny Dairy where you can milk the cow, can taste the cheese, and then just a little stone throw away there's one of my favorite places, Maleny Botanical Garden. And it's a private garden, but one of the most beautiful and well-kept private gardens. And in the garden itself, as this aviary, oh my god, it is the best trained parrots in the world. They will fly to you and rest on your shoulder. They give you a feather duster, and if you're scared of them, you just wave and the birds will fly off. It's just amazing.
I think the kids will love it, right?
Absolutely, best behaved parrots.
Right, so after the relaxing driving over the hinterland, right, we will head up to Eumundi Market. Alright, the very famous markets that is, we would say that is a must stop for all tourists. Because the market's open only 2 days a week, if I'm not wrong.
Every Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay. So, what's so special about this market that all tourists shouldn't be missing this this site, so-called?
The Eumundi Market is truly one of Australia's biggest outdoor markets, and it has been around for more than 40 years, and it's one of the icons of the Sunshine Coast. You can buy anything under the sun that are Australian made, locally made, fresh produce, and it's such a highlight because everything here is local and authentic.
I think that's what Singaporeans love, right?
Yes,
These flea markets.
yes, absolutely. And so I thought that I wouldn't do it justice. Perhaps I have a special guest, and Emily from Visit Sunshine Coast, a resident there. She will take us through Eumundi Markets and show us some of the hidden gems. So we are enjoying.
So let's go and see what Emily has for us.
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to the Eumundi Market. Hello to all our friends in Singapore. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Emily from Visit Sunshine Coast. Come on, let's go through the markets. Where's one market where you really find people are buying from?
Singapore's a big market for me, surprisingly. They say that with the expat lifestyle they can't find cards. Cards are not readily available. Also New Zealand is big as well too. So yeah, I've met some amazing people that buy from me every year when they come back, they say.
So we can't wait to welcome you back here in the Sunshine Coast at the Eumundi Markets. Come and check out Lisa's amazing cards and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Right, now we'll come to sort of Australian favourite playground, right? Sunshine Coast, Noosa. That's what a lot of local Australians, when they are on a holiday, they wanted a break. So Noosa is one of their favourite choice.
Yes.
So Kim, could you tell us a little bit more about Noosa? Any favourite hidden gem in Noosa?
Noosa, for those of us who are familiar with Australia or repeat visitors to Australia, Noosa don't actually need much of an introduction because that's where it just is very popular. It has a laid-back vibe, and then the restaurants just front the ocean, and then you sit there, enjoy the beautiful food, fresh produce, and then enjoys the view. So that's where brings a lot of Australians even to Noosa. Now recently I discovered a really hidden gem, so to speak, and that is Noosa Everglades. I think many Singaporeans now in the last 1 year, myself included, we end up with nature walk, going to Pulau Ubin, etc. I'd like to introduce to you guys Noosa Everglades. It is one of the only 2 Everglades system in the world, the other being in Florida. The Noosa Everglades is just picture perfect. It is a beautiful, calm waterway, and the whole waterway is crystal clear, and it's lined by what we call the Australian tea trees, and you can smell the fragrance from the tea tree, and then the water lilies around with some patches of it. And it's so crystal clear that there's a reflection of the trees and all onto the waterways and beyond, and it's just spectacular. And they have a name for it. I think they call it mirror view, and you will be staying in a glamping tent, and it's a luxury glamping tent, and at night when you walk out of your tent you can see the beautiful starry night. So I think it's just unforgettable. Yeah.
Right, after Noosa, I heard of another place. There is a lot of coastal town along the way of the Sunshine Coast. The next one I've actually heard of is actually called the Mooloolaba.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And what's so special about Mooloolaba?
Mooloolaba
The name is
is
special.
very popular with families as well. You're traveling down from Mooloolaba, then back down to Brisbane. Now Mooloolaba is actually one of the busiest seafood ports, on the eastern seaboard of Australia.
Singaporeans all love seafood, right?
They are mad about seafood. And what are some of the popular ones? Like Mooloolaba prawns, beautiful sweet prawns.
My favourite too.
Yeah, lobsters, spanner crabs. Spanner crab is very well known and local in that region. So you can actually go to the wharf, or you go to a parking parade, and then you can just order a big bunch of seafood, and then you can have it with your wine or with your beer. Imagine the weather will be very cool, so it will be the perfect spot for you to enjoy.
Is it expensive to actually have seafood over there?
Usually seafood are expensive generally, but in Mooloolaba the prices are very competitive and reasonable, is what we would say. And fresh will be the most important word.
Right, we've almost come to the end of our presentations for self-drive. But of course, lastly, we want to end with something to entice you, which is the strawberry picking. Right, Kim, I heard that there's also some strawberry picking over in the Sunshine Coast, over a place called Palmview.
Yeah.
So when is the strawberry season actually?
Generally, the strawberry season is from May to October, so you do have quite a couple of months for you to enjoy the strawberry picking, and nothing tastes like, you know,
Direct from the field, right?
Yes,
Just pick and put it in your mouth.
at the right ripeness, at the right ripeness. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so this is also one of the activities where, you know, families, especially children, I think young children will actually love it, that not just buying strawberries from the supermarket, but directly picking it from the field. So Sunshine Coast has that to offer to your families, right?
Yeah.
Right, so thank you everyone for watching Dynasty Travel TV. We hope you have enjoyed our session, and thank you, Kim, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing all your valuable knowledge and information on Sunshine Coast.
It's our pleasure, and we hope to see you in the Sunshine Coast soon on the road trip, no less. Yeah.
Alright. So do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our Dynasty Travel TV. Thank you again.
Thank you.